Hey guys, it's been a long time. Welcome back to my channel. So, I know it's been a while since I posted a video, but in this case, I feel like I had to post this review of something that I've been dealing with personally, and I think it'll be helpful for those of you that are deciding whether to switch over to a vacuum instead of a broom, like me. Very old school. I guess I've been living under a rock because I've been seeing people use the stick vacuums to kind of sweep their homes, whatever, but I didn't really pay attention to it until I realized, like, what am I doing? And then I spoke to a couple of my friends. They all have stick vacuums. They all made fun of me for not having one. So I'm like, okay, I gotta figure this out and make my life a little bit easier. So that's what this video is going to be about. So if you're interested, just keep watching. Okay, so first I've been using a broom, right? The way that I usually sweep my house is I'll use the broom. I have a handheld vacuum that I use to sweep up the trash. I don't use a dustpan. I did transition from that, so be proud of me for that. But obviously there is an easier way, and I didn't really find videos or a lot of videos of a good vacuum other. Really? Okay, someone was nice enough to bring back a package that was delivered to their house by accident. Okay, so what was I saying? Okay, so the vacuum that I found like most frequently that people buy a lot and people die by is like the Dyson. So that is the vacuum that I'm going to be reviewing against my Amazon one right here. So I have the Dyson V8 and I have the Amazon Chinese version because I don't know what it is. So, okay. For me personally, what I'm looking for is like lightness. I need something that's really light because I do have problems where my wrist will hurt if I'm doing a lot of motions with it or if I'm lifting heavy things. So that was probably like the top thing that I needed to look for. Obviously affordability. You know, the Dyson, I got the V8 because I feel like it's like, okay, I'll get it, but it's like still expensive. It's $450, but I got it at Best Buy on sale for $350. And then this one I got it on Amazon. It was $180, and then they had like a coupon, so I paid $150 for it. Right? When everything is said and done, I'm gonna keep my Amazon one, and I'm gonna tell you why. So I've used both of them. Oh, sorry. I've used both of them for about 2 weeks now. So I'm going to tell you what the pros and cons are, in my opinion, of each of these. First, the Dyson. Oh my gosh. Sorry. So the Dyson is heavier than the Amazon one. I really wanted to like the Dyson one. I really wanted to invest in it, and honestly, like, both of them have changed my life significantly because I am like a freak, a clean freak, and so I sweep my house almost every day, probably every day. I'm lying, every day. I need something that's going to last me, right? So I didn't mind investing in the Dyson. One thing I don't like, again, just to reiterate, is how heavy it is. It's a lot heavier than my Amazon one. The Amazon one is a lot lighter and easier for me to maneuver. Another thing that I like about the Amazon one compared to the Dyson is like is that called a brush head? I don't know what it's called, but it's a lot, or it's a little bit more narrow, not as wide as this one. So I feel like this guy gets like in more crevices and more spots that I need it to get into, which I really like that. Another thing about this guy, if I turn it on, which the Dyson doesn't have, is that it has like these lights down here, so you can actually see what you're about to pick up. Let me see if I can show you without breaking one of these guys. So like when I turn it on, the lights pop on. So I really like that because I can see what's on the floor, and sometimes, like, no lie, I'll vacuum my closet like as I'm going throughout the house, and I don't even pop on the light. I don't have to because this lights up the floor and I can see like that it's sucking up hair or whatever is there. So I like that as well. One thing I do like about the Dyson is that the finger thingy right here, the trigger, I like that if your finger is not on it, the Dyson will automatically turn off. It probably does that for the preservation of the battery, which I really like. So for example, if I'm sweeping with it, for it to sweep, you actually have to hold on to it. However, by the time I'm done sweeping my house, I have a lot of pain here between my thumb and my index finger, which I'll try to put. Okay. I'm going to try and put a picture of the redness that I get here when I'm actually holding on to this. And I don't know if it's because when I'm holding on to this and I have to keep the button pressed, my bone, my thumb bone, I don't know, but it's pressing up against this part of the vacuum and it's hurting me. And so by the time I'm done, I'm like over it. Whereas this guy, no, I don't have to keep my finger on it. I press the button and it stays on. But I like it. I like it because I can use it with either hands if one gets tired, or I can like hold it wherever I want. I don't have to keep it super close to the trigger because the trigger has to be pressed. So I like it because it doesn't hurt that part of my hand. And again, my wrist, my hand is really important that I have something comfortable for me to be able to do my daily cleaning. So that's another reason why the Dyson is just not for me. As far as like emptying the trash in these, they're pretty much the same. In the Amazon one, you literally just pop this latch right here, dump it in the trash like this. You don't have to touch anything, which is awesome. The Dyson, it's not bad to empty the trash out of it, but it's a little messy. I feel like that one with the latch, I just lift it and it falls straight in the trash. With this guy, like I have to I can't do it right now because there's trash in there, but you have to lift this latch right here with the garbage sign on it. You have to lift it up. This will lift up and then it'll open by itself and like dump the trash. But I feel like it kind of makes a mess because of the impact, because you have to like really pull it up. So that's a little annoying because this vacuum collects so much dust compared to a traditional broom. And so, I don't know. I feel like the dust goes everywhere when I try to empty it, which is a little annoying. It's not the deal breaker for me though. Like honestly, it's not. One thing about the Dyson is that the suction is amazing, right? The suction is obviously more powerful than the Amazon one. But after using them both and rotating the days that I use them, the Amazon one picks up what I needed to pick up, picks up styrofoam, picks up hair, picks up crumbs, just like the Dyson. With the Dyson, I have a large carpet in my living room and I have a small rug in my son's room. And they both work fine. The Dyson does have this max feature, like where the suction increases a lot more. And so does the Amazon one. So if you're using this and you want the max feature, you just switch that over. Super loud. And then the Amazon has that as well, but it's on the top here. So you basically, I think you have to do it while it's on. So it does have that option to get a little bit of a stronger suction if you're doing the carpet. And I honestly love my Amazon one. I don't know, like I'm trying to think if there's anything I'm missing while I was looking at both of them. I told you about the light. I told you about the weight. I told you about the garbage emptying process. Also, like they both come with the same tools, like with the crevice tool, which I think is like the tool that most people really want, where you can actually like take this apart, connect the crevice tool right here, and then use it for like smaller sections. The Amazon one has the same thing where you disconnect this, connect the crevice tool, and then you can clean smaller parts in the house. I'm not going to use that. I don't really care to have that because, again, I have a smaller handheld vacuum that I do that with. But it's good to have if this is like your first investment in a vacuum. So yeah, other than that, I don't have a lot of experience. Like cleaning them or anything like that, because I just got them. This is like my first, like, you know, review as far as somebody who's had them for a short period of time and is transitioning over from a traditional broom, and it's life-changing for me. Like, I literally have to get one for my mom because she's still using a broom too. And I know that if we're using brooms, other people are using brooms, okay? But yeah, I didn't find any videos. I thought that this would be so helpful for somebody, especially like when debating whether you should get a Dyson or not, because Dyson are supposed to be like the best, or one of the best. And you know what? Like, I really did want to like this Dyson. I really did. But to me, like, if it would have just been a little bit lighter, I probably would have kept it just because of the brand. I feel like I can trust it more. But this Amazon one is pretty legit, like, no lie, and it's like $200 less. So I'm expecting good things from it. I'm really excited. I'll probably end up returning the Dyson one. And then with both, as far as like maneuverability, is that a word? But like, I really like that when you're vacuuming, like, you can literally, I wonder if I'll be able to like show you guys, but it will literally like turn any which way that you would want it to. So if you're that way, or that way. I don't know if that makes sense. But yeah, that is my review on whether the Dyson is worth it. It's not worth it, but there are cheaper options that could probably fit your needs and do what you needed to do, as opposed to a traditional broom. Anything is an upgrade. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. That is all for today, and talk to you next time. Bye.